Good morning and welcome to Motivational Monday. I am here with you for our first Monday on Motivational Monday this morning. It's our first Monday for the year. Isn't it exciting? I'm so happy to be here with you guys. This morning we started a few minutes late. Technical difficulties with my internet. So apologize to everyone, but quite understanding because a lot of people are at home. A lot of people are working from home, and we have to share. Although it's quite difficult at times when you're trying to go live and you're expecting to be on at 10, and then you're like, you want to be there on time. I'm a time person. I like to be timely with everything I do. Good morning, Shaman. Happy New Year. Good morning, Keisha. Happy New Year. Nice to see you guys online. Thank you for joining me this morning. Today we have a very exciting topic. I posted this topic and I got a lot of response from it. So I decided what's the best way to start the year? Because there was so much interest, I decided to start with you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Now that is potent, that is big. Moving forward for 2021, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. So that's the topic for today that we're going to discuss. All right. And we're going to get some pointers as to how to move forward for 2021. Now, many times, how do we start the new year off, guys? How do we start it? Resolutions, all the things that we're going to do. And by, let's say, I'm going to be very generous here. Let's say by what date? By the 26th of January, all resolutions are gone. It's going to be a little different this year. It's going to look different because normally most people, I wouldn't say everyone, most people are signing up for the gyms, right? We want to get healthy. We want to eat healthy. We do all these things with all good intentions. I have been so guilty of that. And then by the 26th, some of us by the 15th of January, what happens? Done. No more resolutions. The gyms are empty. Before, when you go in, you have to wait half an hour just to get a machine, to get a treadmill. You got to wait. Good morning, Glendora. Happy New Year. But now what happens is this year, here in Montreal, we are in a lockdown until the 11th of January, until further notice when we would be informed as to what our situation would be. So right now, if you're working out, I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram, on YouTube. Even my Auntie Anne was showing me a video that she's doing on the weekend, how she's staying fit and healthy. And you know what? I said to her, I'm going to try that. So to say, well, do I have any resolutions this year? No. The one thing that I'm going to do is take care of me. And that's not a resolution for me. That's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. I'm going to stick to lifestyle changes because when it's a lifestyle, what do? You do it every day. You remind yourself to do it. You remember how important it is for you to be on the right side. On the right side meanings that, you understand that this is important for you. You know that if you don't, it would be consequential, meaning there are consequences for your actions. So even if you do ask for forgiveness, you're still going to pay the piper. It's ironic. My sister and I were talking about that. And sometimes we think because we get forgiveness, we don't pay, or because we said we're sorry, or because oh my God. So it's very important. It's very, very important that we recognize that we have to avoid consequences. I was waiting. Avoid the consequences. Make sure that we do our best with what we have. And then we invest in what we need, what we want. Okay, so you take care of your needs and then you make plans for what you want to live a better, healthy life. So, my resolution, which is not, as I said before, a resolution, it's a lifestyle change. I am going to take care of me so I can take care of those that I love, those that I care for. And guess what? You guys are in that circle. You're right up there on the top so that I can be here with you, Motivational Mondays. I can be here for my family. And most importantly, I can be well because I'm taking care of myself. And that's a great thing, right? So today's topic, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Now, when we think of that, we think of a physical space, right? We are in this physical space, maybe where you live, where you work, but it's the space that you dwell in, you spend a lot of time in, and maybe a lot of things happen that was out of your control or just keep happening. During the pandemic that we're in right now, from 2020 to now, there were many news reports of women being abused. The divorce rate went up. I don't have the percentage, so I'm not going to quote it, but in my readings, I saw that. And there were many reports of abuse. And it was quite difficult to get to shelters and safe places. So when I think of the topic, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. And we're thinking of a physical space. We're thinking of women who are in harm's way, where maybe your home life is not what you want it to be. Maybe you're going through a really difficult time and you don't have someone that you can reach out to. Maybe you're scared of the circumstances that you're in. And in situations like that, my heart goes out to everyone because we're supposed to, our basic needs, food, shelter, water, safety, when they are not being met, we're not in a good place. So how do we overcome? How do we overcome physical spaces that makes us unwell? How do we overcome abuse? How do we prepare for our next steps? Now, many times we think it's easy. Well, if I'm in an environment that's unhealthy, the best thing for me to do is get up and leave. But you need support to do that. Many times it's the stories we tell ourselves that it's not that bad, that it's going to get better, that he would change or they would change or it's me. And you guys know the stories. But the one story that you need to tell yourself and the one story that needs a lot of care in looking at you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick is your psychological space. And this has been my experience, your psychological space, and many women that I work with. Because here's the thing. We have to be self-aware of who we let into our environment, who you let into your mind, who we let into our spaces. Sometimes the stories that we tell ourselves is not true. We need to compose a new narrative. For example, what happens? You may say, sometimes we make excuses even for ourselves, and we try to change other people. We try to change our friends, change our spouse, change our bosses, change the environment we work in, change our homes. And here's the thing. The person that you have to change is you. Who are the people you let in? Who are your friends? Who are in your inner circle? Are they like-minded? Do they build you up or do they break you down? Are they negative? Are you in a very negative environment? Is your partner negative? Are there things that you're being told that hurts and you keep it quietly and silently as you become this a smaller version of yourself? Because in 2021, we all, well, I believe we all need to work on becoming a better version of ourselves. So, how is it working for you? Okay, so what we have to look at is our psychological space. Who we let in, how strong, how much work have we done on ourselves to protect our mind? Yeah? How do you protect you from the external environment? How do you do that? You have to know what you want. You have to know the things that make you sick, the things that make you feel unwell, the conversations that you let in that breaks you down, the words that are used that makes you feel less than yourself, and how that is impacting you. Because what happens, it chips away a little piece of you every day. You don't feel it at all at once. Every day, negative people, negative conversations, negative environment, criticism, no support strips away a little part of you until one day the little part become a huge part and it's too late for you. Or when I say it's too late, it's later. It's like, oh my goodness, look where I am. Look who I have become. How do I get out of this? And you need help. So what we are going to talk about is prevention, preventative measures. You have to have standards. You got to know what are your negotiables and what are your non-negotiables, what you would accept and what you totally reject. How does that sound? How does it sound? What you accept, you have the confidence to say, these are the things that make me smile. These are the things that make me feel good about me. These are the people I want in my inner circle to be my friends. These are the qualities I'm looking for in a partner. This is the type of conversations, the healthy conversations I want to have with my children. This is the kind of conversations that I would accept. This is the tone that I would accept from people who engage with me because it's healthy. I don't feel myself becoming smaller and smaller as they talk. This is the circle that I like because it works for me. And then you can say, well, I'm looking for healthy conversations, a healthy relationship. I need to build my self-confidence to feel strong to say no and confident in my yeses. But more confident when I say no. I know why I said no, and I know that saying no is a beautiful thing because it frees me up. It gives me that confidence to know that I own my voice. It's okay for me to disagree respectfully. However, I will not criticize. I would look at the strength that others have and really support them in their journey. Because here's the thing with criticism. When you criticize someone, it is proven that they don't own it because nobody wants to be wrong. What happens is they end up justifying why they did what they did. You know, there was a study for criminals who commit murders, and they're the first to tell you they didn't do it. And if they did do it, they'll tell you exactly why they're the victim. It's no different for us out here saying it's a human thing. Why we did what we did and why maybe it was okay, although deep in your heart you know it wasn't. So when you set these parameters for yourself and for others, because here's the thing, when you set it for others, those are the same standards you have to live by for yourself. Okay? You have to live by those standards that say, these are the things I want for my life. But you lead by example. So if you have a standard in place that I want to have healthy conversations, I want I want to conversate with others who have healthy conversations. You have to believe in leading that charge. And when conversations are not healthy, you have to know how to exit, how to exclude, how to decide, well, you know what? This group of friends are my friends that I can be polite to, I can be social to, but they're not in my inner circle because we're not on the same level of conversations that I allow into my life. Good morning, Lorna Lane. Nice to see you on the call today. Happy New Year, beautiful. So these are the things we want to do. So let's do a list here just to help you moving for 2021. What are the things you're going to look for? Because what I intend to do in 2021, and I'm putting it out there, I'm going to grow where I'm planted. So when you grow where you're planted, you have to have that confidence, the self-confidence, okay? You have to have your standards in place. And most importantly, know how you would deal with situations when they arise. And forgive yourself, forgiveness. When you can say, you know what, I didn't get that right. And it was not my intentions. But I'm going to forgive myself, and hopefully others would feel the same. And you move on. Because sometimes we are our biggest critique. We're so hard on ourselves that we're still chirping over what happened in 2020, and sometimes people forget about it, and we're the ones carrying the burden, and that adds a lot of weight to our life. So here's a list. Let's go over the list quickly. We want to have healthy conversations in 2021, healthy relationships. But when we say healthy conversations, what does that look like? How about focusing on each other's strengths? What your friends are good at, what your family members excellent at, really good. Okay? Because here's the thing, when you focus on what someone is good at, what they do well, it gives them the confidence to tackle the things that they're not really excellent in, the things that they know they have challenges. But when we go for the things that you're not good at right away, you know what? You need to do so and so because of this and that. How do you feel when that happens? You feel really small. So one of the things to work on is really excellent feedback. Focus on our strengths. Focus on your strengths and focus on the strengths of others. That creates balance. Okay? Now, healthy relationships. The things that I don't want in my life, the things that compromises me, that makes me feel not too wonderful, that is not working for me. Now, those are standards you put in place. So you can have a checklist. These are my negotiables and these are my non-negotiables. For example, maybe if you're looking for love, what would be one of your negotiables or non-negotiables? Maybe you're saying, well, let's go at that. Maybe this person have to be financially secure and have a good credit because I'm looking to build something with someone, and if those things are not in place, I can't go anywhere. Women are normally afraid to say that because maybe you sound like, oh my God, she's after money. No, maybe you have your own and you just want someone on the same level. We're at that age where we can choose. Men do it all the time, right? And maybe you're saying, well, I need someone who's kind. I don't want someone who's always negative. And in conversations, you may notice this person always speaks negatively about other people. Well, guess what? What do you think they'll do with you? So you have to say, you know what? I am going to move forward. And the best thing for me to do is I'm going to be mindful of the things that come out of my mouth, and I'll be mindful of the people that I engage with and what comes out of theirs, and I'll set my standard. Have confidence. If you fail, try and try again. And every time you try, you build yourself. And when you try again, you look at what went well, what didn't go really well, and you try to put steps and strategies in place to fix it. You make it better. Take ownership when it doesn't go well. Own it. You know what? I messed up there. I'm not saying you have to go put it on Facebook. You have to say to yourself, I messed up. You check it. So you know what happens when you can take ownership of your actions? I'll tell you what it does. It helps you to correct your steps moving forward. You're not a repeat offender. That's what I call it. I'm not a repeat offender because I checked myself. And if you start to check yourself in 2021, like, oh my God, these are the things that I did in 2020. It didn't work. I really wanted to work for 2021. So you make your list like that. Build new goals. Don't be afraid. Set them. Set new goals. Build them as you go along. Tweak. Because remember, your goals, they're living, right? It's this is what I'm working towards. So when you set your goals, then you set the steps, the action steps that you're going to take to make it your reality, to see it come true. Maybe you have some lofty goals that you want to work on, something huge, and maybe something happened that set you off. You know what? On the path to success, there are going to be hiccups. There are going to be things to throw you off. But there's also a lot of learning that takes place in that spot. You learn so much. So be mindful of when things come your way that you didn't plan for, that knock you off your feet. Ask yourself this. What is this trying to teach me? What is it trying to teach you? And see what you can get from that. Because in every negative, there's some positives. And B, Mrs. or Miss, fix it. If it doesn't work, take the steps to fix it. And if while you're trying to fix it, you realize there's a missing piece, then you know that is above your pay scale. Emotionally and physically. When there are missing pieces, that's not on you. You can't repair what you don't have. And that's deep. We're talking about relationships. Sometimes we want to fix people. The only person you can fix is yourself. So let's fix us and let's learn to forgive. Forgiveness is huge because sometimes we're carrying so much weight and it's hard to see beyond the next footstep because we're heavy, we're carrying weight. 2021, do yourself a favor, release it. Set yourself free. Release those burdens. Say, I am free. Release it. Let it go. Just let it go. Just keep letting it go. There was a lot of negativity that happened in 2020. In 2020, let it go. Step into your purpose for 2021 in faith. You may not be sure. You may know what you want that to be. But when you step into it in faith, maybe you don't have all the pieces, but it's there. As you keep moving each step, it will be revealed to you. You will see exactly what your next steps are. But you got to make that first step, and that second step, and that third step. And here's the thing. Remember to love. Love with all your heart. Love when it's hard. Love when it's easy. Love when it's fun. Love when you don't want to love. And that's how you keep letting it go. You keep letting go. Love those who don't love you. I'm not saying to be in love with them. Let's keep it straight now. I'm not saying to be in love, but have real love for mankind. The world needs love right now. If you look at what's going on in the world, a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are feeling unloved. And there's a lot of pain. Let us not be contributors to that, but let us put the right steps forward in our lives to make it better for others. And love, love, love for 2021. Love you first so that you can love everybody else. I want to thank everyone for joining in this morning. And remember, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. So in order to grow where you're planted, take care of you. Make sure you're strong. Make sure you're confident. And make sure you have the right people around you to support you. And if your circle, your inner circle, or your friends are not right, fix that for 2021. Don't be afraid to go it alone. That's when you get to know you. Don't be afraid. Take it from me. I've gone, not be afraid to go it alone. That's where you get your best experiences. That's when you get to know you. And you know what I'll say? Go it alone if you have to. Fall in love with you. What do I mean when I say go it alone? Sometimes our circle is so huge and so toxic. We need to clean it out. We need to start a block, delete, just no more texting. We need to delete and block sometimes. We need to clean up our social media. We need to clean up our inner circle. We need to clean up. And sometimes when you start to clean up, you know the beautiful part of that? Many times people remove themselves. You don't even have to ask them to leave. They just know, you know what? Because when you change, when you start to do the work on you and you change, they're like, I don't like her anymore. Or, it's not working for me. And then you get the people around you who are like-minded, who wants what you want, who want to see you successful, who support your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, who could tell you, you know what, these are the things you need to do. Oh my God, you're excellent. Look for excellence in 2021 and you'll find it. Whatever my uncle used to say, if you look, you would find. So guess what? I'm going to end today on saying, if you look, you're going to find, but look for the right things. The things that make you a better version of yourself. I want to thank you guys for joining in on Motivational Monday. This is Erlyn Sharp thanking you for being here and saying I'm going to see you on the other side next week, Monday. Same place, same time, 10 a.m. for another hot topic in 2021. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. And I want you all to have an awesome, awesome 2021. And I look forward to seeing you here next Monday. Take care and have a wonderful, productive, restful, amazing week. Thank you guys and see you on the other side next week. Same place, same time. Don't forget, Motivational Monday. Bye.